What it do? How are y'all doing today? We're doing good. We're doing great. We're doing amazing. Actually, we're doing lots of things. We're enjoying life and we're feeling good. How are y'all feeling, man? Let me know how y'all feeling. I'm doing Brandon Royval. Joshua Van is a favorite? Joshua Van is a favorite? Against Brandon Royval? How is Joshua Van a favorite against Brandon Royval? Brandon Royval has beaten some of the best guys. He beat Brandon Moreno. You know, he had a tough fight against Pantoja. How is Joshua Van will box the head off that bum? No, Brandon Royval is what? Brandon Moreno is a bum? Not at all. Former champion. Pantoja's a bum. Yeah, you're just rage baiting here, buddy. I mean, at least make it like believable rage bait. That's insane. What's up, boss? What's up, man? How you doing? That's crazy. That is insane, bro. Bro, that is insane, bro. I'm picking Van off him being my favorite UFC fighter. Yeah, I mean, you just pick whoever's winning. You know what I mean? Mmm. Bro, if you don't want to fight, bro, you ain't got to fight. What you got in your mouth? That was a sour key. Bro, you can just sleep, man. Let's get a live chat off top chat. I'm stupid. I'm staying here. I missed like 3 streams. Yeah, you know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, brother. You don't have, hey, man. Sometimes I go late, sometimes I go early. So I think it's a good mix. Bro, isn't it crazy? You got Van or Royval? Probably Royval. I saw Van, it opened up as a favorite, which I think is genuinely, I don't even know what that means. Like, it just seems a little bit insane. A little bit insane. Someone say mix? No, I don't think so. I like how Umar gets brought up. Umar did good. Why are people saying Umar did bad? You know? Like, you look at this post, and it's like, oh, very good. 50-45 by Merab instead of getting finished inside of 3, right? And it's like, he didn't get 50-45. Merab won 3-2, but it arguably could have been 3-2 for Umar. You know what I mean? So, I don't know why people who glaze Merab are so... They're tricking themselves to think that Merab is some extremely dominant. Yes, he is dominant, right? He does have some good moments. But against Umar, that was a really, really close fight. But, you know, whatever. People, it's Twitter. What can you say? It's Twitter. That's what it is. Merab dominated that Sean fight, though. I wouldn't say dominated, but he won pretty convincingly. But I wouldn't say dominated. He could have won 4-1 in the last fight. I did 3-2. Yeah, but Umar could have won. So I don't know what you're talking about. Bro, quick trash talk. Merab would beat you up. I'd hope that Merab would beat me up. You know, because I don't know, maybe he's a, I don't know, UFC fighter. Like, I hope he would beat me up. If he can't beat me up, I feel like he should quit his job. Like, what? He didn't overdo. He didn't what? He didn't overdo Umar, but low key, I kind of stopped caring about Umar. I'm excited about Umar. I want to see that. Was that a Curtis Blades impression? Because I was stuttering. Nice one, dude. Merab will just be unstoppable for now, I guess. I mean, yeah, there's definitely the Umar fight definitely does present some challenges. You know, I think Umar can definitely come back and bring a good fight to Merab once again, like their last fight. A really competitive, close fight, right? Like you said, hey, Sandhagen, good luck with that, man. Yeah, no. Sandhagen is done. Sandhagen is completely cooked. I mean, he stands no chance. What is Sandhagen going to present to Merab that he hasn't seen before? A flying knee? I mean, buddy, you hit that on Frankie Edgar. This is Merab we're talking about. Hey, Sandhagen, good luck with that, man. Merab dominates Volkanovski. Let's not forget how good Volkanovski is. I love Volkanovski. He's going to get bullied? Yeah, of course Sandhagen could get bullied for sure. It is what it is. Loki, never say that again, bro. He's just rage baiting. But it's the problem with BL rage baiting is the fact that it's poor quality rage bait. You know, so it's like I'm not gonna rage at it when it's just poor quality rage bait. You have to at least be reasonable, right? Do you care for Holloway Poirier 3? Yeah, I love that fight. It's not a fight about like the stakes attached to it are not that high, but it's a great fight. It's a great fight. At least give high quality rage bait. Yeah. Volk dominates Merab, not bait. Yeah, that's true. Volk does dominate Merab. Of course, Volk dominates Merab. I mean, Volk outstruck or stuffed Islam's takedowns. Mario Bautista coming for the belt. How do you go from hating? That's crazy. Mario Bautista is never going close to a belt. Let's keep it a buck here. Mario Bautista cannot compete. I don't even think Mario Bautista can compete with Marcus McGee. Mario Bautista ain't touching gold. It's sad to say. You're just not that guy. Mario damn near got death threats by every fan a couple months ago. Now people keep talking about him like he's getting the belt. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's crazy how people switch up. I never hated on Mario Bautista. I never hated on him. I'm glad to say I was never hating on Mario Bautista because I don't think he deserved the hate. Like he beat Aldo. So what? You know? And it wasn't, you know what? I just didn't like the performance. I would say it was a boring performance, but I wouldn't hate on him for it. It is what it is. Mario beat a former Bellator champ and UFC champ. Yeah, but that's like saying, that's like beating, out of prime JDS and being like, well, he beat a former champion. It's like, well, former champions are not all the same. You have to take it with a little bit of nuance. You can't just say a former and Bellator doesn't matter, let's be honest. And former UFC champ, Aldo, who got beat by, a bunch of people. What? Hell no. Man complains about combat sports. Be careful letting Big Ank in your chat. He has low aura. Okay. Okay. And you're talking like you ain't got no aura either, buddy. What are you talking about? You ain't got no aura either. For his jaw was forged in the fires of Nah, I'm good. And Mario's fist grew weary. Okay. My aura sky high, G. No, you don't got no aura. You know who has aura in the chat here? Yeah, nah. Nobody's got aura. I'm gonna keep it a buck. None of y'all got aura. I don't look at any of y'all and be like, oh, yeah, this guy's got aura. This guy's got aura. No, but none of y'all got aura. None of y'all got aura. Yeah, that's true. Hackle, you do not have aura. No, you do not have aura. I got aura. When I enter other... Bro, I made you stutter. Okay. That's not a big accomplishment. There's been a bunch of people that make me stutter. You have aura dag, potato aura. Cap. Yo, what's up, bro? I'm going to make an edit of you. I'm not going to watch it. Dang, nobody said anything about Fuda Brew. I never... Yo, chill it with the Fuda. It's a dead meme. I'm going to keep it a buck. Read my name? Nah. Hit the vape for plus aura? Nah, I'm done with that shit, bro. I'm never doing that again. I quit. I quit for real this time, guys. I actually quit for real. You know what? I'm timing this guy for saying that. You got some... do you have a stuttering problem? Nah, I don't got a stuttering problem. I just stutter. Sometimes my mouth moves faster than my brain. You know? So, there's a disconnect between the speed of my brain and the speed of my mouth. And that's a problem I have. You're not a fan, buddy. You're literally the guy that was just here. What's his name? You're literally Suds. You're just Suds. You're just Suds. Like, don't even try to play with me. Don't even try. You got no, I'm a dag MMA fan 23. Bro, but you just... Okay, you're a dag MMA fan. Yeah, congratulations. You're a dag MMA fan. You're just a troll. You're just a troll. Seriously. Let's go to channel. What happened to dag MMA fan 1? Geez, an advert just popped up. How selfish are you, dude? My bad. I keep forgetting, man. I keep forgetting to turn off adverts. Yo, I wonder who this dag MMA fan guy is. Yeah. I wonder who that is. Yo, don't forget to like, man. Don't forget to like the stream. Let me turn off ads. There we go. Ads are off. Rare dag the Downey sighting. I'm not a Downey, man. What the frick? I ain't no Downey boy. Dag Downey Jr. Nope. Don't worry. I dislike. Sounds nice. Yeah, it does sound nice. It does. Y'all see these let's actually get a poll going actually. Let's see. Who wins? Joshua Van or I don't know how to spell his name. Thoughts on the Ben Askren situation? I think it's sad, man. It's sad. Will you clip the last 5 minutes? You legit got 0 likes, 2 dislikes. It is what it is. You just reported. Okay, thanks, bro. I appreciate you guys. You guys are making my life so much better, guys. Thank you so much. I love when I just ask for something that's literally free, and you guys just wanna dislike and literally hate on my stuff. And how you guys voting Joshua Van? 6 people vote Joshua Vans. Are you guys stupid, man? What the hell? What the flip? I will clip the last 5 minutes of my last live stream. Yeah, I would, for sure. Feel so bad for you? Nah, I don't care. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Joshua Van holds Roy Val against the fence. Is that what you're trying to say? Nah, I think Joshua Van's going to try to strike. I think Roy Val is the better striker than Joshua Van. Why he crying like DC after Jones whipped him? I don't know. Because sometimes life gets you down. No, I'm not. I can just cry on command. I can just cry on command. I feel bad for DC, man. He went through he went through a hard life. I always feel bad for DC. Whenever I see a sad DC edit, I almost cry. But I do like the fact that DC has his own GIF, and people who don't watch MMA and UFC use the DC GIF. Can you release another bodily? No, I cannot release other bodily fluids on command. And I'm not going to show you even if I could. Jesus. But I think Joshua Van, yes, he has good boxing. Yes, he has good takedown defense. Yes, he's good in the clinch. He's good at range. He's good at closing the distance. He has really good IQ. But y'all are forgetting, Brandon Royval is a demon. This guy beat Brandon Moreno. Close fight with Pantoja. Royval's a better overall striker than Van, but if he's in the pocket against the fence in boxing ring against Joshua Van, then he's going to get pieced up. Yeah, I think Brandon Royval is a vet, and he understands not to fall into the trap of playing Joshua Van's game. That's one of the best things Joshua Van does. It doesn't matter who his opponent is. His opponent always plays into the game of Joshua Van. They always end up just boxing with Joshua Van. But I think Royval is going to be able to stay on the back foot and teep and punch at range. Royval's a spammer. Jones didn't whip DC. It was a very close competitive first fight. Jones won it 3-2 with a close round, and second fight was very close with DC arguably piecing up Jones and landing hard. Joshua Van, future champ, baby. There's really no boxer in flyweight who can trade with Joshua Van other than Moreno. His boxing's insane. Yeah, I think Brandon Moreno's boxing is probably one of the best boxing there is in all of the UFC. I think Steve Ursay could definitely compete in the boxing with Joshua Van, right? But Steve Ursay can get KO'd, but I think he just got caught against Kai Kara, right? And I think when you're fighting Joshua Van, I just don't think he has the same power as Kai Kara. So I'm definitely leaning toward Brandon Royval. I think he's going to keep the range. Steve Ursay. What's wrong with Steve Ursay, man? Joshua Van got hands like Mike Tyson. He's so ferocious. He is. The way Joshua Van fights, just pressure you in your face, head movement, ripping to the body, going up top. He is a problem. Just copped 2 new colognes one summer. Okay, nice. You hate Steve because he's on a 3-fight losing streak? Yeah, but a close fight against Pantoja, close fight against Brandon Moreno, and then Kai Kara knocked him out, but he just got clipped. He got caught. Steve should have realistically beat Moreno. I think the pressure got to him. Ursay is so smooth. Yeah, I think if Ursay wasn't coming off a KO loss, I think there's definitely a chance he could have beat. Do you stink? No. Thanks for telling us. Yeah, he got 4-1. Moreno wasn't close, dog. It was fairly close. I mean, you look at the rounds individually; they're pretty close rounds. Who cares if it was 4-1? It was individually, those rounds were fairly close. Like, it wasn't like, oh, Moreno's dominating him in the rounds. Nah. I feel like Ursay would have beat Moreno if he threw more. Yeah, if he was more confident and he wasn't knocked out the fight before, I think he surprised me about how good his boxing was. He looked really good against Moreno. I thought Moreno was going to win, but Steve looked pretty good. Ursay was landing a few light jabs, and Moreno landed bombs. I wouldn't say they were bombs. They didn't really do nothing to Moreno. What you going to do when DDP just tanks Hamzat retardation? What am I going to do when DDP tanks Hamzat retardation? You cannot tank Hamzat's retardation. That's not a thing. Ursay just got to get that confidence back and then watch. He's going to go on a crazy run again. Yeah, I think he could beat a lot of these lower level guys. Yeah, never mind. It's only 4 a.m. I'm going to fall asleep, so I'm going to have to dip. Have a good day. Yeah, bro. Hackle, why don't you just keep me on in the back? You can just keep me on in the back. Hey, Suds, bro. I'm gonna time you out. Don't spam laughing emojis. Are you going to cry if Chimaev loses? No, I'm probably just going to get it back. No. Am I going to cry if Chimaev loses? He's not going to lose. It's impossible. It's written in the stars. I know he said Sean O'Malley beating Merab was written in the stars, but this is genuinely written in the stars. The difference level between Hamzat and DDP is massive. DDP gets taken down and dominated. Chimaev doesn't do that. There's a really high chance Hamzat can lose to DDP. LMAO? No, there's really not a high chance. It's a very low chance that DDP beats Chimaev. Very, very low chance that he beats Chimaev. Like, you look at who DDP has fought. Strikers. Sean Strickland, Izzy, Whitaker, Darren Till. Like, his best wins are against strikers. Chimaev has fought Burns, Usman, Gerald Mearshart. I mean, these are top-level grapplers. I call Dricus beating Adesanya, dude. Whoa! Didn't DDP get whooped by out of prime Till? I didn't say it. If Hamzat does not get him out of there in 7 minutes, he's absolutely screwed. I don't believe that. I don't think Chimaev has bad cardio. I really don't. Burns was the second best welterweight at that time. Don't even try to say that Burns is bad. As like you're looking at Burns right now. That's like saying Dominic Cruz in his prime is Dominic Cruz at the end of his career when he fought Chito Vera is the same Dominic Cruz as when he was in his prime. Completely different. Same with Anderson Silva. Same with Israel Adesanya. Same with all these guys. When they're in their prime, they're completely different. Hamzat struggled with Gilbert Burns. That was prime Gilbert Burns. DDP struggled against out of prime Derek Brunson. What are you talking about? Because in a dogfight, it's going to always favor DDP? No. In a dogfight, it favors Hamzat. Didn't Dricus whoop Till? No. He was beating him up for the first round, and then Darren Till started landing bombs on him. DDP close fight with Brad Tavares? Hamzat struggled with Gilbert Burns. I mean, the second best welterweight of the time definitely did give Chimaev a push. I mean, Chimaev was coming off a win over Li Jingliang. Jones plus 120 against Tom and a plus 200 against Francis. That makes sense. Watch Ian Gary become champion at welterweight. No, you're hilarious. You have no reason to believe Ian Gary becomes champ. DDP would lose to Prime Burns? Yeah, for sure. If DDP cut down to 170 again, he would have lost to Burns. 100%. DDP got choked out before. Let's keep that in mind. Derek Brunson unironically scrambles with Hamzat. Hamzat dominates Derek Brunson. I hope you know that. Dominates Derek Brunson. Get on my level, Dag. My cologne collection is worth thousands of dollars. Oh, nice one, dude. I care so much about your cologne collection. Wow. Thanks for telling me, bro. I couldn't wait to hear about it. Thanks for letting me know. I appreciate that. You're so great and so cool and so everything. You're actually amazing. Ian Gary's elite. People just hate on him for the shit he says and happened, but he's easily top 3 welterweight. He is not a top 3 welterweight. What are you talking about? Sean Brady's above him. Bilal's above him. Shavkat's above him. Obviously, JDM's above him. I think Kamaru Usman is above him. I think there's a lot of guys that are above him. Derek Brunson in PFL, that win means nothing. Derek Brunson is more impressive than Gilbert Burns. Derek Brunson is more impressive than Gilbert Burns. Stop it. What is Derek Brunson's best win? Hey, email Milson, name Derek Brunson's best win. Tell me Derek Brunson's best win. Darren Till. Wow. Kevin Holland. Wow. Like, bro, what? Gilbert Burns is not a lightweight. What are you talking about? Sean Strickland is a welterweight. Okay, then. Sean Strickland's a welterweight. Darren Till's a welterweight. Kamaru Usman fight week. Better throw something on the barbecue? Yeah. Cool. I guarantee you Ian Gary beats Shavkat in a rematch. Oh, Jesus. No, stop it. Ian Gary beats Usman now? LOL. Nope. He's going to say Kevin Holland. Yeah, probably. Yeah, dude, Kevin Holland, what a great win is that? That's such a good win. Email Milson is dead ass looking up Derek Brunson's win right now. Ian Gary versus Brady is 50-50. Gary can beat JDM by staying on the outside and picking his shots. You guys got to come up with some better. You guys need to pick up some better rage bait. Talking about Ian Gary Brady is 50-50. What? Who is Ian Gary beaten? Carlos Prates. Okay, nice one. Who is Carlos Prates beaten? Charles Radke, dude. Like, what? Let Ian Gary get a top 10 win. Can Ian Gary please get a top 10 win? Who is Brady beaten? Gilbert Burns. Leon Edwards. Gary has beaten better comp than Brady? Not even close. Leon Edwards. Yeah, Kelvin Gastelum. Dominated Kelvin Gastelum. Didn't Bruxton lose to Adeprime Silva? Are you dumb? How is... What? So Gilbert Burns unleashed his hands. They moved like... What the fuck? You're right. Gilbert Burns beat the Neil Magny. Bro, beat Neil Magny. Jorge Masvidal had a close fight with Bilal Muhammad with one arm. Like, what are you talking about? Beat Steven Wonderboy Thompson. Brunson beat Prime Anderson but got robbed. Kevin Holland's about to go on a tear, bro. Watch. At 170, I think he definitely could be good. For sure. Ian Gary gets dog walked by Brady. True. Brady subs Gary. For sure. Bro, Sean Brady destroys Ian Gary. It's not even close. Ian Gary, you are not the father. Bro, come on, man. Leon would lose to MVP and Prates. No, he would not. Leon Edwards would grapple MVP and beat him up. Same. He would grapple Prates and beat him up. Bilal 50-45 Gilbert. It wasn't close. He put up a fight, bro. Well, Jorge Masvidal lost the fight. Beat Damian Maia. Tyron Woodley. Like, what? Ian Gary's a pound-for-pound most boring fighter in the UFC. Dances around and taps for points. So true. Ian Gary's so boring. The only reason Ian Gary has fans is because he lost to Shavkat and he beat Prates. Like, what? Jorge Masvidal did not beat Tyron Woodley. I never said he did. I said Gilbert Burns beat him. Well, Gilbert Burns beat a bunch of guys with double-digit losses. That's crazy. Bro, Ian Gary's best thing that he did is he lost to Shavkat. He literally was crawling on the ground, running away from Carlos Prates. Running away on the ground from Carlos Prates. Did y'all not see the end of that fight? Why does Joey glaze Ian Gary so much? Because he's a contrarian. MMA Joey just goes against whatever MMA guru says. He 4-1 Prates. Yeah, tappy decision 4-1. Like, you're talking about scorecards, like they can describe a whole fight. That's all you talk about is this scorecard myth. Like, stop talking about scorecards. It's so stupid. Talk about how the fight went. You know someone doesn't know shit about fighting when they start bringing up scorecards and punches. It's insane. Talk about what happened in the fight. Gilbert Burns got robbed decision. Stop it. Why does Joey? Okay, dude, that wasn't close. Ian Gary beat him 4 rounds and then lost round 5. It was a close fight. Stop. Ian Gary clearly won, but it was pretty close. Like, called Sean Strickland and Colby boring. How are they more boring than Gary? Yeah. John Dong, you know he just likes to argue with people. Like, I feel like you're a smart guy. MMA Joey just loves to argue with people and be the opposite of guys like MMA Guru, you know? Calm down. I'm pretty calm. Gilbert Burns cries on the way to the ring. Yeah, you do have a point there. But that's because he's just remembering how much of a disappointment his brother Herbert is. So he's just crying because he's so happy he doesn't have to carry his brother out of the octagon for like the 7th time. Okay, calm down. It's okay. Take a chill pill. I'm pretty calm. Joey Glaze people who win, then if they lose one fight, he switches up. Yeah, but Joey doesn't glaze fighters. He just does the opposite of MMA Guru, you know? MMA Guru hates Bilal. You know who loves Bilal? MMA Joey. Guru hates Ian Gary. You know who loves Ian Gary? Joey. You know? Guru loves JDM. Oh, Joey hates JDM. Right? So you're not finding a guy that MMA Joey likes that Guru likes. They just, you know. Joey hates white people unless those white people are hated by white people. True. Ian beat him up 1-2-3 at a close round 4, but rocked Ian round 4. Ian was rocking Prates. Yeah, he was landing he landed a couple uppercuts. What's up, Shoddy? Who does Ian Gary fight next? I forget. Who should Ian Gary fight next? I would probably say Leon Edwards or Sean Brady. I would love the Sean Brady matchup. I think, but isn't Leon Edwards fighting somebody? Is Leon Edwards scheduled to fight someone? I think they were discussing Michel Morales versus Leon Edwards, weren't they? I think that's the plan. So I think Ian Gary versus Sean Brady's next. That'd be a good fight, and the build up to that would be dope because they have some history. Ian Gary definitely absolutely dominated the first round and rocked Prates multiple times. Okay, whatever, bro. I'm not gonna bother arguing with you. You're just a troll. What do you think about MVP versus Gary? Do you think Gary won that? Yeah, I think he won. It was a close fight though. I'm just tired of people saying robbery all the time. Robbery this, robbery that. Like, no, it was just a close fight. Stop it. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. Oh, I missed a bunch. Your bed squeaking? No, I did not. Who you got? MVP or Jared? It's in the works to happen. MVP versus Jared? Jared? Who's Jared, bruh? Jared Cannonier? That's not happening. Jared Cannonier, what? Jared Cannonier. I think that makes no sense. How's that? I don't like that fight. It's a pretty trash fight. Good fight for Jared Cannonier. I think Jared Cannonier. Dude, Jared Cannonier cannot catch a break. He cannot catch a break. Leandro is a good poet. Okay. Jared Cannonier is a dog. Why is Jared Cannonier always getting fed to somebody? Jared wins that? I think he does. Yeah. Better grappler, I feel. And I feel like his striking's good enough to beat MVP. I think MVP is definitely better. And it also depends. If that's on a pay-per-view, then MVP has a better chance. But if it's in the Apex, then Holland will demolish Colby. Yeah, I think so too. Cannonier beats Cumshot. Nope. Cannonier would chin MVP too. Yeah, I could see MVP piecing up Jared Cannonier and frustrating him, and then Jared Cannonier just seeing red and just boom. MVP came to the UFC way too late. We were robbed. Yeah. We were robbed, bro. We were robbed. MVP's overrated. No, I don't think people. I mean, I don't think people rate MVP that high. I think he's just kind of like, pretty solid fighter. I think that's a position he's in. Colby smokes Hamzat. Stop coping. See, like, this is what I'm talking about. This low quality rage bait of Colby smokes Hamzat. Stop coping. Like, it's just, you guys got to give me something to at least that's believable in some sense. Hamzat beats DDP by knockout. Trust me, guys. I could see it. I think Hamzat's boxing is super underrated. I'm currently laughing right now because Dag said something funny. Thank you. All these Bellator fighters are overrated. Yeah, see you later. All right, peace, brother. Yeah, I mean, but that's just people trying to pretend to be like hardcore fighters. You know what I mean? They just want to pretend to be hardcore fighters. Yeah, or be hardcore fans. That's one of the things. Jones and Tom fight will happen. They're milking it, so we sweat for the fight. Nah, I don't even think they're milking it. I just think they're not even on the same place. Truly, I don't even think. I don't even want to speculate what's going on right now because I just think it's crazy. I just think I don't even think anybody. I don't think Jones knows what's going on. I don't think Tom knows what's going on. I don't think the UFC knows. I think nobody knows what's going on. You're trying to rage bait us. Stop gaslighting us, Dag. That's what women do. I'm not rage baiting at all. I'm just saying it how I see it. And you guys will just call me crazy and rage baiting because I'm saying it how I see it. You guys are just clearly rage baiting by saying Cole.